Hello everyone, my name is Graham and welcome to episode 6 of my Minecraft tutorial series. This is part 2 of building our cozy cottage. In the previous episode we built this house but never managed to finish it as we ran out of time. So in this episode we are going to decorate our house so it becomes a beautiful home. So let's dive right in. We'll start by completing the fireplace on the inside. First we remove these 2 cobblestone blocks. And then we dig down 1 block. And we also want to remove the 2 blocks on either side. And lastly, we also want to remove these 2. Now we can place 2 furnaces on the back wall. And we place an upside down stone brick stair here, so we don't fall in. And soon we'll place a smoker and a blast furnace on the sides. I'll place a campfire there to make it look more authentic, like a real fireplace should. So let's go craft ourselves a blast furnace. Let's have a look. A blast furnace requires 3 smooth stones, 5 iron ingots and a regular furnace. Quite an expensive item to craft. Oh, and we need a smoker too. That's a regular furnace and 4 logs. There we go. Smokers get used to cook food really fast. And a blast furnace gets used to smelt various ores like iron really quickly. So 1 will go here. And 1 here. And I forgot the campfire. The recipe is here somewhere. Got it. Back to the house we go. And we place the campfire here. Perfect. I love this layout. Now we have a fireplace with every possible cooking option available in a very compact space. So even though it's a very small house, it has so much potential. So let's continue with the interior. First we need to craft a few more items. We need some jungle wood slabs. Some spruce wood stairs, and spruce signs. Interior decorating is really fun. You have to experiment and use your imagination as much as possible, combining unexpected blocks to make something look like something else. As an example, let's make a dining area here. Using a wood slab as a table, now we'll use a stair to look like a seat. And then we can add a sign to the side to make it look like an armrest. There we go. It's all about being creative and using the various blocks you have available to you with lots of imagination. Next, we want to bake some clay into bricks. We can then use those to craft flower pots or various other items made with bricks. While that's baking, let's go find a place for our bed in the house. This corner is probably a good spot. That leaves us some space to move around the fireplace as well. I see the clay is still busy cooking. So let's start with something else for now. Let's convert this birch wood into planks. Then craft some slabs from that. We are going to need lots of barrels for both the inside and the outside of our house. Now we can randomly place a few barrels around the corner here. We'll mix up the orientation to make it look more visually interesting. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's go grab our stone cutter, as that might look nice between the barrels as well. There we go. That gives it that outdoor work area vibe. Nice. Then let's remove this torch for now and place a sign on the wall instead, saying something like home sweet home. Yeah. Nice. Though the writing is a bit dark, we can fix that later. Awesome. Our clay is done baking. Now we have some loose bricks to work with. As expected, that unlocked a few more crafting recipes for us as well. So now we have the ability to craft ourselves some bricks and a decorated pot, as well as what we were really after, a flower pot. While we are here, let's just craft ourselves a decorated pot too. And why not? Let's go ahead and craft some bricks as well. Now this is why I wanted a windowsill. For our flower pot. And of course, a yellow flower for decoration. And let's see, where can we place this decorated pot? Maybe here would look good? Yeah, that's quite nice there. Now let's go ahead and decorate our front door. We'll need some brick walls for that, using our trusty stonecutter tool. We want to make a small overhang above the door, so we need a wall on either side. And we want to build up the pillars, and for that we need some oak fences to become our poles. And we simply place them on top of the brick walls, like so. Now for the roof of our overhang, we want to use some campfires. Yes, I know that sounds very strange, but just wait and see. Oh wow, our inventory is really full. Oh dear, we don't even have much space in our chest either. I think it's time for some more storage space, so we can empty our pockets again. Let's move some of these things inside. We can place the crafting table in the floor, saving us some valuable space in the house. Now to place the chest on the crafting table, we need to crouch and place the chest, otherwise it opens the crafting table interface. As you can see, we can still use the crafting table. Okay, time to empty our pockets. Much better. Oh, I've had enough of this rain too, so let's sleep through the night so we can have some sunny weather again. Great, no more rain. So back to our porch. We still need to add the roof, and for that we need a few campfires. Yeah, definitely another one of those Minecraft building tricks. While we're busy crafting, let's just craft a few more things we'll need as well. Let's craft about 6 spruce fences. We're also going to need 3 spruce fence gates, and we'll use these for decoration on the side of the house. Then we also need 2 bricks, so we can turn those into brick walls. That should be enough crafting for now. So I decided I want to replace these 2 oak fences with spruce ones instead. I think the darker wood would look a bit better. So let's just remove these 2. And then we place the spruce ones there instead. Now to finally build the roof, I'm going to use campfires, which I know sounds odd. They are directional when you place them, so you need to place them at an angle against the wall, so the orientation of them is correct for what we need. So you should have a straight line of wood and a straight dark line underneath. We can then use a shovel to put out the flames. On a side note, unlike normal fires, you don't have to worry about a campfire burning down your house. And there we go. Now we have what looks like a small wooden roof. Then what I want to do here is place a campfire on top of the barrel. And now it looks like a small stack of logs between our other building supplies and tools. Our house is looking better and better by the minute, I think. Now let's improve this side of the house as well. We want to build up some pillars again, starting with the brick walls, 1 on each side. And now we want to place 2 spruce fences on top of each wall. And to make it look even nicer, we want a little decorative overhang here. And for that, we are going to use spruce fence gates. We just place them like that. There we go. It just gives it that more decorative look. Another barrel should look quite nice. So let's place an upright one over here. And I think this will be a nice little spot for a small garden as well. So let's see, what can we plant? Yeah, melons should do nicely. So if we place the melon slices in the crafting area, we can get melon seeds from them. So let's grab that. And to plant those seeds, we can only plant them in tilled soil. So we'll need a hoe for that. And the recipe is 2 iron ingots and 2 sticks. The other thing I'm going to need is a bucket, because we need to hydrate the soil. The bucket is 3 iron ingots in a V shape. Okay, so let's go fill the bucket with some water. To do that, simply right-click the empty bucket over the water and it scoops them up. I'm jumping slightly ahead here, as I was planning on giving a full explanation in a crop farming episode. A quick explanation is that water hydrates soil, which makes the crops grow better. For our little garden, we want to hide the water though. So I'm going to dig in here so we can place the water under the house's foundation and then cover it up with soil. Simply right-click to empty the bucket. And now we take our dirt and fill in the hole. Just like that. Now if we till our soil, it will be a dark color, indicating that it's hydrated. And crops will grow better in that. To plant the melon seeds, simply right-click them on the tilled soil. And there we go. Over time that will eventually grow and give us more melons. Wow, it sure is raining a lot in this world. Okay, what else is there to do? I think what will also look nice is if we build a pathway to the campfire. So it looks like it's been frequently walked on. Of course, this grass is just too good looking. So to make path blocks, we use our shovel, then simply right click on the grass and it's instantly a path block. So now we simply try and lay out a path. Maybe it can curve a bit around the fire. And one more year should do. Yeah, I think that looks good. It looks like the path has been well used. Nice. The last thing that remains is to texturize our house. Don't worry, it's just a fancy way of saying that we want to mix in a few other blocks so the walls and roof have a bit more interest. Off camera I went mining a bit but couldn't find andesite anywhere. Then it struck me, we can actually craft andesite. For a moment I totally forgot about that. The crafting recipe being diorite and cobblestone. It's a nice mid-grey color stone, so let's grab a few of those. And again, that unlocks even more crafting recipes for us. So all we want to do is replace some blocks with ones that have a slight variation of color or texture. Just a few here and there should do the trick. I'll not bore you watching me replace blocks, so with the power of editing software, let's jump forward to the final result. Here we go. The back of the house did look a bit empty, so I made a flower box too. As you can see, I dotted some andesite and regular stone blocks here and there. I also did the same on the roof. I mixed some birch and jungle wood, just replacing a few oak ones here and there. I think it turned out pretty nice. And with that, we reached the end of this episode. In the next episode, I think we need some more action. Time to cover Minecraft combat. If you enjoyed this episode, then maybe consider liking this episode and even dropping a comment. And also feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. My name is Graham and thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.